Though Hailey Bieber is happily married to Justin Bieber, there's one thing that the supermodel says she probably would never do with her boyfriend, or her husband, sorry. I'm still new to that. Let's find out. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be taking a look at how Hailey Bieber reveals she'd be mortified to do this with Justin Bieber. But before anything else, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. You can also click on that notification bell down below so you won't miss any of our future videos. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. One musician in Hailey Bieber's home is more than enough for her. In a video posted to her YouTube page on Wednesday, November 17th, the supermodel answered fan queries that stated she had no plans to perform alongside her husband Justin Bieber. The candid revelation came when a fan asked Hailey if she'd ever sang with Justin on stage before. Responding with a question, Hailey quipped with a dead serious expression. "That sounds tragic," she said. "I don't have a bad voice, but I can't sing like a singer can sing," she continued. "I would just be so mortified," she added with a laugh. So, no. Hailey prefers to spend quality time with Justin, doing other things, as she explains elsewhere in the video. She believes it's very important to separate work from her private life and then to put family first. You have to know what your priorities are. I think the second you let your work life become more important than your spouse or your family life, that's when it becomes a little bit consuming, explained Hailey. For me, I always try to get my priorities straight and make sure that I'm prioritizing spending time with my family and spending time with my husband, and going out of my way to do that. It seems like Hailey is really taking the marriage in sickness and health, as she revealed recently how difficult it was for her when Justin was recovering. The last few years have been full of recovery for Justin, who recently tried to reclaim himself after a string of bad publicity when he talked about his alcohol and other stuff. Hailey, being a wife to Justin, made sure that she was there in support of her struggling husband, but she never denied the fact that it was pretty hard on her as well. The 24-year-old model spoke on the Victoria's Secret Voices podcast about how she was able to help Justin on his journey with sobriety, since Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, previously struggled with cocaine addiction. Hailey told the podcast, "There's a lot of addiction that runs in my family. Not just with my dad, but a lot of other people on that side of my family struggle with a lot of different things." She then added, "He was just always extremely open about why being sober was what worked for him and why we needed to be sober and what alcoholic behavior looks like and where that leads to." Hailey said that her father had problems specifically with cocaine, adding, "Looking back on the times of drug use and being in dark spaces and having to go back there and talk about it was really difficult." Talking about her experience with it, "I was never somebody who struggled with any substances, but that's because I was so aware of it. Because my dad, I was never like trying cocaine because I was just so scared of that if I try it one time, I might, lead into something else." After the couple got married in 2018, Vogue described Hailey as being convinced of her genetic vulnerability to addiction. In Victoria's Secret podcast, Hailey said she had to have an open dialogue with Justin in order to support his sobriety, she said. Being like, "Hey, where are you with this?" I've had times where I would get nervous asking Justin, "Are you okay to do this? Because you did have a time in your life where it was not okay for you, and it was very, very dark time for you." She then added, "But he has very good self-awareness when it comes to that, and is very open about it, and that's all I can really ask for." And, like she said, Justin is also very open about his recovery process. It's no secret that Justin was openly struggling for a period of time. Between peeing in a restaurant mop bucket, getting a DUI for drag racing under the influence, and egging his neighbor's house, Justin was clearly struggling personally. He opted to take a hiatus after receiving a barrage of bad press in the run-up to the release of his album, Purpose. Justin talks about a time during his interview with Rogue how he made the decision to turn his life around after being in a pretty dark place. "It got pretty dark," Justin told the outlet. "I think there were times when security was coming in late at night to check my pulse to see if I was still breathing." At that time, Justin admitted he was using Xanax and alcohol pretty heavily, leading to his various poor life choices. "I found myself doing things that I was ashamed of, being super promiscuous and stuff," he said. I think I used Xanax because I was so ashamed. My mom always said to treat women with respect, and for me, that was always in my head when I was doing it, so I could never enjoy it. Drugs put a screen between me and what I was doing. That's it for today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we produce for you guys. Or do, I won't be mad. Okay, maybe I will. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one. Peace!